for the purpose of starting a museum in town. And so we elected officers, and it went from there to what it is today. We started in the Mayo Manor over on Bath Avenue, and I think we moved in this building about 1992. It started in '84, incidentally. That's when we opened up. So I've been involved from the beginning.
Yeah, so essentially we put together for the 4th year in a row this downtown walking tour, which was an opportunity to take what we teach people every day here in the museum and give them a first-hand experience and exposure to Ashland and the businesses that have been here, that have shaped us into what we are and what we have been. It's Ashland's motto is a proud past and a bright future, and through this walk we try to highlight both of those things.
As far as the walking tour, we have an organization here called the Eastern Kentucky Military Historical Society. And the purpose of this, it really started out a lot of years ago. It was on the 50th anniversary of D-Day, which was in '94. And so I was doing a D-Day exhibit, and some of the veterans from World War II were helping me. They started telling these stories. And I said, boy, it's a shame that we don't have a means of getting these stories out to the public. So we formed a military history roundtable, and we started meeting each month. Well, it went along about 6 years, and finally a lot of our members had passed away, so we terminated the organization. Years later, young Matt Potter came along, and he heard about this. He said, I would love to start this again. So I gave him the material that we had for the other one, and he's been very successful in getting a lot of new faces in, a lot of new veterans, and really made this organization better than the old one, really.
What's interesting is we think of parades in Ashland today, they always go that way. Christmas parade always goes east. The parades then, they just kind of went whatever direction they felt like going that day. Because, you've seen the picture there of them going that way, you see this picture of them going that way. I've seen them going every which way. It's one of the most fascinating things with working at the museum is hearing people come in and share their experiences and their stories with you. You can get a feel for something through handling and seeing an artifact. However, once you hear that first-person experience or story that goes along with that, it really brings it to life. So that's kind of what we tried to do with the tour, was take all those stories and things that we've been told and have been shared with us and just bring them to life.
I think you're always delighted when you see someone come in here and learn something they've never known before. I took a group of 7th graders on this tour, I think about 3 weeks ago. And just to point out different things to them that they just never heard of before. Because the schools aren't teaching much history, and certainly not local history, seems like. And so that gave them a lot of things to think about when they come downtown. They will remember.